Have you ever thought about when you die, who's going to go through all your belongings? I mean, money's never a problem. There's plenty of people with their hand out for that. Jewelry, sometimes people want that too. What happens to your pets? Is anything lined up to take care of them? Where will they go? It's only been within the last year that I even heard of Swedish death cleaning. And of course, I looked it up, and I guess it's a thing, kind of sort through stuff that's no good anymore. Some people call it decluttering, downsizing, whatever it is, but getting rid of the stuff that's reached the darkest corners of your home that you don't even want anymore, much less anyone else want. Since I heard about the Swedish death cleaning, I gave away a necklace. Well, I actually gave away two necklaces. They were nice necklaces to the young lady I work with that's pregnant right now. I gave her one for her birthday. I don't know if the other was for Christmas. I can't remember, but one was last September and one was since then. Anyway, that's what I was thinking about. Now that my daughter, has passed away 4 years ago, who do I pass jewelry on that means something to me? Well, this girl that I worked with for 8 years became like a daughter to me. And we kind of had the same taste. So that worked out well. About 2 years ago, I had a friend, he's since passed. His father died. There was 5 boys in that family. And when the father died, I think they were expecting it, but he wasn't like sick enough to just drop over it any day. But, his mind wasn't what it used to be. And when it came time to go through his home, the boys basically wanted money and the wine from his cellar, I imagine his vehicles. When it came to going through the home and I guess getting it ready to sell, nobody wanted to do it. And that's when the fight broke out. I would have thought with, 5 siblings, they could have shared the burden of it. But there was one sibling that was my friend that was taking on the biggest responsibility of it. And before the whole thing got resolved, he died too. It's kind of sad. I've heard of people leaving all their money to their cat or all their money to their dog. I suppose that's okay as well. Not that the animal would know, but they would be taken care of. At least that's the plan, right? I think it would be a good idea to put some things in boxes that I'm not sure about. Put a date on it, like you do with old records, destroy on such and such a date. And if that date comes, it doesn't have to be long, a year, get rid of it. And that'll save that much of a hassle of going through stuff. I have memories from my kids growing up. I have some of their little art projects. No, I didn't save all their homework or anything like that. The little things that they made me for Mother's Day and so on. Some Christmas ornaments. And I have a lot of pictures. I've scanned about half of them. But again, is anybody even going to want them? I have one son, and he might like to look at them, but I don't know that he's going to be like, oh my gosh, I want to get these printed. I want to put them in an album. I just don't know what to do with the stuff. Do I just leave it in the closet until I do go and then somebody else goes, oh, it's trash, and throws it away? Because that would hurt my heart to throw it away. But I don't think anybody else wants it. I do look through it occasionally. I certainly did after my daughter passed away, looking back at the good times. Well, that was cool. Some guy just stopped me and wanted to talk about cameras. And I've completely lost my train of thought now, where I was at with my little discussion about things. I think I was talking about putting stuff in a box for a certain amount of time and then just getting rid of it at, some point. I am bad about the memory things. Pictures. I have some letters, but I don't have many letters anymore. But yet, it feels like my cupboards and drawers are full, and I can't even tell you what they're full of. I did clean my pantry. I cleaned my closet. Oh, who knows? I need to go through my stuff so someone else doesn't have to. I'm pretty sure as I was talking about valuable things like money and jewelry and so on, that people are thinking, well, what about a will? You should have a will, and then that's not a problem. And that's true, that's not a problem. But if you've got some jewelry that's sitting in a jewelry box that you're not going to wear, and the person that you want to give it to or will it to is available to give it to them now, why not let them enjoy it now where you can see the joy on their face when you give it to them instead of just waiting until you're gone and they're like, oh, that was so nice of them to give that to me. Just a thought. Can you see that little tiny duckling all by itself? It was walking on the bank and these two guys stopped and I was like, look at that duckling, it doesn't have a mommy. And then it went and got in the water and this duck, female duck, doesn't want anything to do with it there. She just pushed the water back, like, go away from me. It's lost its mommy. I don't think it should head toward those geese. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. It swam out there in the middle of all those ducks and everyone's ignoring it. I wonder if its mother got killed. So sad. Well, I should get the award for the most discombobulated video. I've been all over the place. And when those two men walked by and we were talking about that little duckling, and I was like, oh no, I hope it's going to be okay. And they said, oh, it's in the water. It'll be okay. Are you okay? I wasn't crying or anything. I was just worried about the poor little duck. So I think I said what I had to say about the getting our stuff kind of sorted through, organized, and giving away things that are precious to us that we're really not going to use, and watch other people enjoy it. Thank you for being here. I look forward to next time. Bye.